Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, my name is Samantha Anderson. I am a freelance artist and teacher hoping to inspire creativity. If you would like more videos like these, please take a second to like and subscribe down below. It really helps in the algorithm of YouTube to help get my videos seen to more people. If you want to receive notifications of when I go live, please make sure to hit the bell and choose all notifications. If you have any questions during or after the class, make sure to pop a comment down below and I will answer it as soon as I can. If interested in learning more about my classes, please follow me on Facebook and Instagram. And feel free to check me out on Patreon, where I teach exclusive classes to those who support me. In Patreon, I also give traceables for all of my live classes, including this one. Lastly, if you would like to share your work after class with me and others who painted along with us, please head over to Facebook, as I have an artist community where you can share your finished painting with us. I'll leave links for all of that in the description box below. Thanks for joining me, and let's get started. Hello, and welcome back to another YouTube tutorial. My name is Samantha Anderson. Thank you so much for joining me today. Happy Thanksgiving. I know it's next week, but I just wanted to make sure that I didn't forget to say that. I hope that you are all having a wonderful fall. And I'm excited to paint this. This is our Thanksgiving wreath. So yeah, let's go ahead and just dive right in. I do have a traceable for anyone wanting one, but honestly, this is a super simple one. So if you've only painted with traceables, I want you to try this one without it. You can still go on to my Patreon. You can still support me if you would like to, but this one is a really simple one. So I did provide the door in case you wanted to keep that in the picture. However, for this painting, we're just going to do a simple kind of light colored bluish background. But if you would like the link to that traceable, feel free to go on to my Patreon. It's not only listed in the description of this video, but it is also, it'll be located in the chat, the live chat for this. You can also see it on my Facebook, as well as in my Facebook community, in the album that I'll be posting later today, okay? So that's kind of all the places that you can find it. But again, you don't need it, but if you would like it, it's there. And you can also go over there and just support the channel if you would like to. So that's that. I have an 11 by 14 stretched canvas. And then I have paper towel, water, I have my my palette, and then I also have a little palette knife that I like to use for mixing my paints and pre-mixing my paints. Yeah, and then for the colors, today is really, you can pick whatever colors you want. The thing that drew me to these colors, to this painting specifically, this reference photo, was the soft and bright fall colors, like the reds and the oranges and the really pretty like burgundy and browns and things like that, and then the pops of those really pretty white flowers. And we're going to go a little bit more of just really whimsical today. If you would like to do it more detailed, you'll just need to make sure that you spend extra time on each element. But today we're just going to have fun and add those little pops of color in there. Lots of flowers and leaves and sticks and all sorts of fall things. So yeah. So in terms of colors, if you want to choose a different color palette to match your home and to match your color choices, or maybe if you're giving it away, you can pick favorite colors or whatever they may be. Grab those colors. I'm going to stick to these specific colors because I fell in love with this color palette. So that is what I'm going to be doing. So I'm going to go ahead and just I really like to grab the photo and put it off to the side on my computer so I can zoom in if I need to. I can really see the photos, because sometimes looking at you know, the small little the picture in like a phone screen or something like that, sometimes you can't see it. So if you can be on a computer, that is probably the better option for when you're painting. Or at least have another tab open with just the photo. And if you want just the photo, you can go on to Facebook. That is where I've posted. It's going to be on the Facebook event. It'll be on my timeline, on like my main profile photo. not my like personal profile, but on, you know, the timeline photo. And then it's also going to be, let's see, is that it? It's also on YouTube. So if you click the community tab, you can go there and you can download just that photo. And then obviously if you're in Patreon, I posted it in there too. So you'll have access to like just the actual photo. And yeah, so let's go ahead. I'm going to go ahead and get out my colors. So let's see, for today, I'm going to be using my white, black, and raw umber. Those are kind of the bases for all of my classes. And then I'm going to do an ultramarine blue. I might get out my phthalo blue, but we'll see. Because I do have like yellows. I have all sorts of yellows and brown colors. So I have a red, yellow ochre, burnt sienna, and then I also have orange and just my normal yellow. So don't be confused by the bottles. These are full body acrylics. There we go. My OCD brain wants it to be in color coordinate, like rainbow style. Yeah. So these are not soft body acrylics. These are full body acrylics, and these are from Hippie Crafter. So don't be confused by the bottles. I love having the bottles because if I squirt out too much, I can just pick it up and put it back. You can't really do that with the tubes. So even when I run out of a color, I will typically either, if I don't buy it off of Hippie Crafter, I will at least refill the bottle because I love having these bottles. But yeah, they've been a great company to work with. They've given me tons of free paints to use for my classes. And I love the quality of their paints, so definitely go check them out. I've done giveaways in the past with Hippie Crafter acrylics, so definitely go and check them out. But yeah, so those are the colors, and then I have a ultramarine blue for the background, which actually I'm gonna change that. I'm gonna do phthalo blue because this background is really warm. It's a very warm blue. So I'm gonna have fun with that really warm blue. But yeah, that's pretty much it. If you have other colors, again, if you have other colors that you want to use, I kind of want to use this champagne. I think it's a really pretty, it's almost like a skin color. I might add a little bit of warmth to it, but yeah, so just go ahead and grab the colors you want. If you want to put green in there, go for it. But yeah, let's go ahead and just get started, okay? I'm gonna grab some water. Oh, and I didn't go over brushes. Brushes are really up to you. I have my typical ones that I use for these classes. So I have my filbert, my large filbert, my medium to small filbert, a bunch of round brushes, and then my texture cloud brush. If you want to do any sort of texture or anything like that, you can have a fan brush out. I might be using this. It's like, it could be a stippler, but it's also like a blender. I haven't decided what I'm like going to be using it for. I was gifted a set of brushes from Golden Maple, and it came with these types of brushes and then a bunch of really tiny detail brushes, which I've used and they're really, really great. But so far I've been really liking these and using them for blending. They are amazing at blending. So I don't know if I'll need to use them this class, but I've been trying to get to use them so that I can review them. And so far I've been really loving the results from the blending parts and specifically using this brush. So keep a lookout for a review video coming up soon because I would love to share my thoughts on it. Yeah, okay, so that's pretty much it. Yeah, let's go ahead and get started. And then if you need like a liner brush or anything like that, I do have that out just in case. Okie dokie. Artichoke. Let's go ahead and put on a light coat of just blue. So I'm gonna get out my phthalo blue and my white. We're gonna mix together a nice background color. I might have a little bit of texture. Maybe I'll do a bit of blending because I like the different shades of like the dark blues and the lights for the background. And for that you can use a sponge, you can use a blender if you need, like one of these. It's totally up to you. You can have texture, you don't have to have texture. Really whatever you want for the background. If you do decide to do the door, it's pretty simple, but it will take a bit of time because of all this very straight lines. I would encourage you to use tape. That is a very easy way to get those straight lines. I would just say to make sure you get that first coat of blue on there to make the texture a bit less, like the canvas texture a bit less, so that when you paint over the tape, there won't be a whole lot of, there'll be less bleeding underneath the tape. But it's a lot easier to get that straight line and then just do some touch-ups versus trying to get that straight line all by yourself. If you have a hard time with straight lines. Okay, I'm gonna grab some blue. So this is my phthalo blue. And then I'm also going to grab some black because I think there's a bit of kind of a gray tone for this. All right, so I have this big glob of white. I'm just going to go in with just a little bit of this blue. It will take over the whole thing, so just be very careful not to add too much. And then I'm gonna go ahead and add just a little bit of black, just to kind of gray it out ever so slightly. And even with how much white I had, I still might have added a bit too much, blue. But I'm gonna take a little bit of this and add just a little bit more and a little bit more black. And I think I want it even a little bit more warmer, like a turquoise-ish color. So I'm gonna come in here and add a little bit of green. I mentioned green, but I didn't show the green. So this is just it's a fairly bright green. So I'm just gonna grab a little bit of that just to help warm it up a little bit more of a kind of a turquoisey color. Whoop. Sorry, knocked over my water bottle. Okay. Okay, I really like this color. I think I want it either a little bit darker, or I think I'm just going to lighten up my other way. So I'm going to take a little bit of this green. And I'm going to mix it in with this color. So we're going to have that warmth reflected in this one too. Okay. I like these two colors, so I'm gonna go ahead and do one more that's a little bit darker. just so I can kind of add in those different things. Okay, so now that I have that, what I'm gonna do, so I have 3 different colors and they're all on the same like color wheel essentially. We're gonna go ahead and put this on. So if you have a larger brush like this, feel free to grab that. If you do not, then having a brush like this, like a large filbert, is totally fine. I'm gonna go ahead and get my brush wet but not soaking. And I'm going to put on the lightest color of blue that I have. And right now I'm going to focus on the edges. Because I tend to forget the edges if I don't do them first. And then I'm going to come down from the top. And I really only plan on doing 1 coat of this, so I'm really not using any water. And because there's a lot of white in this paint, and we're going over white, I don't intend to really need to do a second coat. Alright, so I can see that my color is a bit on the darker side, so I'm just going to sprinkle in little bits of white, and that'll not only give it texture, but it'll also lighten it up. I'm gonna go a little bit darker when it comes to where my circle is. Now I'm going to do this side. Alright, so while this is all wet, we're going to go ahead and grab some of this darker color. And we're going to add it, and depending on what brush you have, you can add it with just the corner of your brush. And you can blend it in as much as you desire. If you kind of want to see the textures in the back, that's totally fine. And I'm just kind of going back and forth. And I'm going to go into want to go into my darker color, and I'm going to put it everywhere where my circle was, just in little bits and pieces. Kind of blend it out a little bit, and then you can grab whatever blendy brush that you want. And watch how fun this is. I'm just going to move my brush and blend it out. And I'm really just blending like the outer edges of it. Kind of just like wiggling my brush. And this is all done while the background is still wet. And you can always come back if you want more white or more or like a dark color in here. Like I'm going to come back and add a little bit of white here. What I like about this brush is that because it's so short, I can go any direction without feeling like I'm like ruining the bristles. Kind of like I do with my my other blending brushes that I kind of just like my cloud brush. But this one's much more satisfying to use. All right. I'm going to add just a little bit more on the right side of both the inside and the outside, so that I can have just the tiniest bit of like a shadow of some sort. And if you're going into a space that you want to blend a little bit more, just grab that color again. So let's say I want to come down here and blend a bit. I can grab the lighter color and come in here and blend it a bit. All right, so that's our background. I'm gonna go ahead and rinse out all the brushes that I just used. So particularly my new blending brush. Again, this one is from Golden Maple, and I've been really enjoying it. It's technically a brush kit made for detailing on like characters and things like that, like little either, I don't know if they're D&D characters or just like little figurines and things like that. But I've been really enjoying them for my classes. So there's that. Who says you have to use it for what it's advertised for, right? Okay, so I'm just gonna set these brushes aside. I'm not sure if I'll be using them again. But now we get to have fun. While this is all drying, we're gonna go ahead and create our new colors. But before I do that, I'm gonna take these blue colors and I'm going to put them aside because I'm pretty much all done with them, but I want to keep them around. If you have any extra, I want to keep them around just in case I need to fix something later. Okay. Ooh, man, I am so clumsy today. I'm gonna go ahead and clean off this background blue because I don't need it anymore. There we go. And while you guys are finishing up this section, I'm gonna go ahead and show you what we've been doing in Patreon as well as what we did last week. So if you've been on YouTube anytime recently, we just finished this one a few weeks ago. My camera will adjust. So we did this one and it was so fun. It's not as orange as what's being showed. It's just the blues and the craziness of adjusting colors. But yeah, this one was so pretty. It was so fun. And it was fairly simple. So if you want to go have some fun with trees, definitely go and paint this one. This one was free on my YouTube. So feel free to go do that. And then in Patreon, last Friday, I released this month's Friday tutorial in the magenta tier. So that's the $10 tier. And this is what we painted. I'm really sorry about, why is it so obnoxiously bright? Hold on. There we go. It's adjusting. Oh my goodness. So this is a lot closer to what it looks like. So here we have our pretty, I don't remember what it's called, pretty autumn flowers or pretty fall flowers or something like that. We did this one in my Patreon. It was so much fun. And I just love getting to do kind of more whimsical things, kind of like what we're doing today. But just the colors, the fall colors, we got to add a lot of fun colors in here, like some like purples and yellows and blues, which was a lot of fun. So if you want to have fun with flowers, definitely go check that one out. There'll be a link in the description, or at least on my, I think it'll end up being, you can click on the corner. But yeah, so that's what we did in Patreon this month. And then over in the Cobalt tier, which is our $20 tier, we have this one. We are doing a, I'm going to mess up the name, Capricornia. Or I'm calling it our picnic. It's our picnic painting, and we are doing a impressionistic style for this painting, and I'm just loving the whimsical, easy way of painting this. It's so freeing. So yeah, we're just having fun with colors and shapes, and everything's going to be a bit more bright. So we still have the bright colors of all of these flowers, and we're gonna do another coat of like bright orange, and we're gonna put in all the grapes and the apples, and just lots of fun bright colors. So stay tuned for that. I'm excited to share that when we're done. But yeah, so let's go ahead and continue on. I'm gonna let my camera adjust now. Adjust. Let's see. I don't know if it's gonna adjust. It's so obnoxiously bright now. No. I might have to like get it to fix itself. Here. I don't know. There we go. Oh no, why is it so bright now? Is that how it was before? Let me adjust the camera now because it's adjusting really, really weirdly. It's like super obnoxious. It's just gonna bug me. Give me a second. Saturation down. Let's see. Okay. Oh, goodness. Okay, I don't know if that's closer. All right, we're gonna leave that there. Well, that's what I get for trying to share all the other classes. Why is this not adjusting? Is this adjusting? Oh, there we go. Okay, well, close enough. Okay. That is just going to be close enough for now. Okay, so let's go ahead and keep going. Hopefully you've had enough time to finish that. We're gonna move on to having fun with our other colors. So we have all sorts of colors to make. I'm gonna make probably lightest to darkest. I'm gonna go ahead and put a bunch of other colors on here. So I have this really pretty, almost like a tan, it's called Champagne from Hippie Crafter. And then I'm gonna add some more white. And again, if you wanna change your colors for this, feel free to add whatever colors you want. I'm gonna do some dark brown, so some raw umber. I'm gonna add some red and yellow ochre. I have this really pretty yellow ochre color that I probably just use straight out of the bottle, maybe? I don't know. I might add a little bit more of some kind of warm colors to it. And then I have some orange. I'm just gonna put my orange over here. I have some burnt sienna. And I'm just gonna add all these colors, and I'm gonna make all my own colors. So feel free to just have fun creating whatever colors you would like for these. I think I have a pink that I want to add to this, if I can find it. I have this really pretty bright red, and I'm going to add, let's see, no, we're just gonna have fun. I have a really bright pink that I want to add because I really like the brightness of that red. So let's see if we can replicate it. These are like doing these this type of painting where I get to just like have fun with all of the colors. It's some of my favorite paintings because I love color mixing. So to have all these different colors is just like, I love it. Okay, so I'm gonna tell you what I'm doing, but again, if you have different colors that you're working with, or you want different colors for them, that is totally fine, and that is totally up to you. So I'm gonna use all of this yellow ochre, and I'm going to add just the tiniest bit of this darker red, and maybe a little bit of the champagne. Kind of want like a rusty yellow orange color. Perfect. That's exactly what I want. Not quite Dijon. A little bit orangier than that. And then I have the burnt sienna. I'm gonna do this kind of brighter yellow. I'm gonna put a little bit of burnt sienna in it. And this one's gonna be a little bit more of like a mustardy color. I'm also gonna add a little bit of that champagne in there. It's kind of like a yellowish white. It's like adding white, but also it's like a warm white. Warm off-white. Okay, I like that color. I'm gonna do a maroon now. So I'm gonna grab this dark red and I'm going to add some burnt sienna to it. Ooh. Now I'm gonna add a little bit of this blue. So I still have my Phthalo Blue out. And maroon is kind of like a purpley red, so adding that blue will give it a nice, rich darkness to it. And I think I want even more of this. I like it. I'm gonna put this color over here. Now I'm gonna do that bright pinkish red color, and I'm gonna do my bright red and this pink that I have here. I'm gonna add all my pink. And I'm going to, let's see, such a bright color, but I also want it more pink. So I'm going to put this off to the side. It feels like I didn't even add anything to it. So I'm gonna start off with just my pink. Let my bright pink go. All right, I'm gonna start off with just my pink. And then I'm going to add a little bit of red to it. Okay, so I need it to be a little bit purpley or a little bit darker, so I'm going to add this blue to it. Okay, now it's way too purple because I added way too much. Oh, but I really like that purpley color. Ooh, it's really pretty. This is like actually the this is actually the purpley maroon color that I wanted to make. All right, so we're just gonna put this over here because that's actually the color that I wanted. So over here with this kind of burgundy brown color now, I'm going to make it more of a brown orange color. Nailed it. That's what I meant to do, guys. All right, so now I have this pretty kind of, it's almost like a reddish brown color. And we're gonna try again with that bright pink color. Take two. Happy accidents, guys. That's what happens. That's why I love doing these like color stuff, because I just get to have so much fun with it. Okay, little bit of red and a lot less blue. Okay. Okay. I like those colors. I like those. Okay, so I'm just gonna put that there. And I'm gonna put the excess red with the red, and then I'm going to wipe this off, and I'm going to grab this champagne color, a little bit of black, and some white. I'm going to make kind of like a grayish off-white color for the white flowers. And if you don't have a champagne color, you'll just mix like a little bit of a red and yellow with some white. That's all it is. All right, I really like this color, but now I need to make a lighter version of it, so I'm just gonna take this and just add white to it. Color mixing, yay! If you've never mixed this many colors together, you will get faster at it. Okay, so I like that. What other colors do we need? I feel like that's kind of it. Maybe like a softer orange. I think a softer orange would be good. Okay, so I'm gonna take a little bit of this color. So our burnt sienna, some yellow, champagne, a little bit of black so that it's kind of unsaturated a little bit. It's a little bit on the gray scale. Add a little bit more orange back in this. So if you want it to be lighter, you can add some yellow or orange to it. If you want it to be whiter, then you add white. If you want it to be darker, you're gonna add those browns and reds. And then if you want it to be more dull or like less saturated, you're gonna add your black to it. So adding black and white will gray it out. If you want it to be darker or more richer in color, you're gonna make sure you add those colors to it. All right, so I'm loving this palette. Let's go ahead and have some fun. I'm going to grab, I'm going to grab a filbert and a flat brush, and I'm just going to, first I'm gonna kind of figure out with a round brush where I want my main things to be. Okay, so I'm gonna grab some dark reddish brown, and I'm just going to put in where these middle circles are gonna be of the main white flowers. Just very quick. There's 5 flowers. Oh, it's kind of covered. It's okay, we'll do it in our circle anyways. And then we have the one over here that's really covered. All right, so there's your main your main things. I'm gonna go ahead and move from essentially back to front. So we're gonna do some of our darker colors. First. And I think, let's see, I'm gonna start with my large filbert. And we're just gonna start adding some of these purple leaves. We're just going to add them wherever we need to. Sorry, my phone keeps going off. We're just going to be very whimsical about it and how we're adding it. I'm going with a little bit of like brownish, brownish black blue, and I'm just going to add a little bit of darkness to the overall circle. And so this is so that we have some sort of base, and you can kind of just pull down and pull out. So with my flat brush, I'm gonna go ahead and grab some black. And I'm going to go ahead and add it to the bottom . and any inside parts that were left blue. And again, if you want it to be more subtle, you can come by with your blender and blend out just the edges of it. And I'm going to go ahead and, while that's all kind of drying, I'm going to pull out some sticks or just things kind of coming out. I'm going to do the same kind of blending over here just to give the same type of feel. All right. All right. So, I already know where the white ones are, but I'm gonna go ahead and put in where some of the yellow ones, like the golden ones, are. And there's one kind of in here. And it's okay if it's mixing in, because we're going to be able to add more details as it starts drying. There's one right there. There's one right here, and I'm just going to add, I'm using a round brush to add the outside area, essentially. And then just kind of filling it in. There's some yellow over here. All right, and then I'm gonna go back to my texture brush, and I'm gonna grab some of this same color. And I'm going to add, there's a couple, I'm not really sure what they are, but there's some type of like it kind of looks like a corn. And you can add some of those. Alright, and then we're going to go ahead and yeah, so before moving forward, I'm going to grab my liner brush and I'm going to grab some black. And we are just going to go a little crazy and add all sorts of little sticks and little details. And I find that the best way to do this is to make sure you have enough water in your mixture and you'll notice that I'm holding my brush at the very tip of the handle. And this is so that I can get a lot of long strokes. Yeah, the most common mistake that I've seen from people trying to do wreaths like this is not adding enough stuff. So where their wreaths kind of just look like kind of empty. So don't be afraid to add stuff. All right. And I think what I'm going to do while that kind of dries is I'm going to grab some of this darker blue that we kept. And I'm going to darken up right here. All right. All right, so now that we have that, let's go ahead and just add some more fun colors. I'm going to go ahead and add some of these really big leaf. And remember, it doesn't have to look exactly like this. There's like some flowers over here that are really pretty. When you're doing flowers, remember that if they're looking not straight at you, they're gonna be kind of in a football shape, where the ones on the sides are gonna look, so this is if the flower is looking straight at you, and then if it's looking up to the side, it's gonna be more of an oval shape. So try to keep that in mind when you're putting in these other flower shapes. And I'm gonna add a couple more flowers up here that are not facing me. All right. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and add some more of this pretty kind of maroon color. And let's see. So at this point is when you get to start kind of deciding which flowers or which leaves are kind of in front of the other. There's a really pretty one right here. And remember that adding a couple coats of some of the bright ones is really what's going to make it pop. There we go. So I'm putting kind of purple on the ones that I want to stay that kind of dark color, and then I'm adding the brighter ones for the ones that I want to have that pop. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and put in a first coat of my main white flowers, And I'm gonna start down here. And how I'm doing this is I'm starting off with the tip, and then I'm turning my brush as I'm flattening it and bringing it in. And that is creating beautiful beautiful little petals. And then I'm just bringing it in. And you're just gonna do that all the way around. And I'm just brushing into the middle, because we'll get to kind of fix that middle anyways. And I'm kind of going in a little bit darker for the parts that I know are in the shadow. And let's see, where's this one? This one's like right here. And you're just going to add that all the way around. Should get plenty of practice. And if you want to add some short ones, you can always come in and then just twist out. This one's kind of getting squished a little bit. All right, so there's that. I'm gonna come around with some black and just reiterate the roundness of the middle sections. There we go. All right, so now we can start adding just a little bit more of those bright colors. I'm gonna switch over to my round brush again to grab those yellows and orange colors. Start giving a little bit of pops of color. Gonna add a little bit of some different colors to that kind of corn decoration. Let's see. Is there any more of this? Grab a little bit of black in here. And I'm gonna go ahead and mix together a little bit of a darker off-white color for the kind of lighter, kind of brownish flowers. Like that. I think those are really pretty flowers and I want to highlight them. Here's another one. We're gonna add just a little bit of a black. Inside. Ever so slightly. Okay, so this yellow that's right here, I think I want a little bit more of an orange. And I kind of want to sprinkle it in with some reddish colors as I add more petals. Just to add like a variety of colors to these flowers. Gonna add more yellow. Okay. We're just adding lots of fun colors. I'm gonna go ahead and switch back to my flat brush and start adding more of that bright red, reddish pink color. Because I really want these to pop. All right. Gonna add a little bit of that bright red up here. I am loving how this is turning out. It's so, so pretty. I am going to add a little bit of black in here. Because that dark contrast really does help bring out the color. Okay. I'm gonna go ahead and grab my my texture brush again, and I'm gonna grab a kind of lighter brownish color. And I'm gonna go ahead and give the middle of these flowers just a little bit of detail. Then I take the tip of my brush and go ahead and just fix anything else that I feel like the insides of the black ones need. I'm going to take my round texture brush. I'm going to grab some white, brown, and this red right here. And I'm going to do a couple like berry type things. Ooh, that's so satisfying. I'm going to do a couple down here. And we're gonna do a couple more, maybe some brownish colors. Alright, I'm going to put another coat on this one up here. And this one had some texture on it that was red. So while it's still wet, I'm just going to do that. And then you can just add any other details that you would like to add. I'm gonna go in again with that bright pinky red color just to add another coat of brightness. And don't forget to add depth to different areas. So make sure that it's just not all color and there is darkness within it. I'm gonna go ahead and add a little bit of brown to all of the inside of the all the white flowers. And I'm going to come back in with just the pure white. Not the pure white, but the white that we created. This will also help you figure out what's in front of what. So I'm kind of like doing every other one now. Again, you're just adding dimension. And you can add another layer on the inside as well with just the corner of your brush. And this is just to add a little bit extra. It's not necessary, but it does add another dimension. I want to add some of these little balls. They're so cute. All right. Well, that is pretty much the end of our class. So thank you so much for joining me. I hope you had fun. I sure did. And if you painted this one, please go on over to my free Facebook community where you can share your painting with me and everyone else who also painted this painting. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed. Feel free to keep painting and adding all sorts of details. I cannot wait to see yours. But yeah, we will see you in December and the new year, and we will paint with you soon. Have a great rest of your night. Bye guys.